As we listen to interviewees, we're listening for three different types of motivation. The first type is a functional motivation. So these are just things I need to get done. And you can think about that. I've got a drink here. I need to quench my thirst. The next type is the emotional motivation. So how does it make me feel to have this problem, and how do I want to feel when I solve it? And then the last one is social motivations. How do I want to be perceived? So yes, I'm drinking a sparkling water here, but if I'm out with maybe some friends in a bar, I might want to be drinking a beer or a cocktail to show off or to get some kind of reaction like that. First, let's hear from Christian, see what he's got to say.
I had like regular, leadership calls with, the product leader and the sales leader. And during that call, we've obviously analyzed our, revenue targets, and we were working on a projection for the rest of the year. And that's when I make the, suggestions that maybe it would be beneficial to include a consultant that would assist us in mapping out our ideal customer profiles for the business in order to, bring new ideas into the table. It was the VP of product, the VP of sales. They've been with the company for 2 to 3 years before I joined. Again, we needed, in my, from my viewpoint, new eyes and something from an outside perspective that would assist us with our pricing strategy.
So Christian has functional motivations here. He needs an ideal client profile put together by a consultant, he needs an outside perspective, and he needs to put together some new pricing for the organisation. These are very much features of a service that he's looking for. Sarah also hires a growth consultant, but if you hear what she's interested in when she hires, it's very different.
Mm-hmm. Well, they asked us, what our what we wanted. I mean, if there was the crystal ball, what would we go after? And, we wanted to work with a handful of clients that we did a really good job for, that they were very happy with our work, that they wouldn't go anywhere else. And how could we support that? And then how could we make, a decent living off of it?
So as you can hear it there, Sarah was talking about creating a relationship with her customers and having a product and a service that people loved. And actually the rest of the interview was similarly social. It was about creating a work environment that her employees loved as well. So that's social. It's how do I want to be perceived by my customers, and how do I want to be perceived by employees or people that I work with or for. Finally, we've got Prask. He's appeared in another interview with this tale, but this is where we're talking to him about hiring an ESG consultant. He's discovered that his organisation is polluting more than he first thought. So what is the motivation that causes him to go looking for a consultant to fix it?
It was both. Well, I don't think I thought that we wouldn't be able to raise the money, because sadly there's a lot of investors who just don't care about this sort of thing at all. So it wasn't sort of that kind of a sense of it. I have a 9-year-old son so at the time who'd have been 7. I think you sort of think about things differently when you have kids. Or certainly I did. I think I sort of, you want to use, or I think I became more conscious about doing my best to sort of, create and cultivate an environment or do my bit so that he has a sort of a nice place to live in as he's growing up. So maybe more, I wouldn't say I was socially irresponsible before that, but I feel a greater sense of social responsibility having had a child.
And there you go. Prask was looking for this, for the emotional bond he has with his son. He feels bad that his business is creating some problem for the planet and that he's going to give that on to his son. So it's that feeling of being misaligned, that I have these values over here, I want to do the right thing by the planet. I found out that actually my business is polluting more than I thought. So now I have an emotional reason to try and reset that balance, get rid of that cognitive dissonance, and deliver on my promise to the stakeholders at large and my son in a specific sense. So there you go. 3 different motivating drivers: functional, emotional, and social. Make sure you listen out for those in your interviews. Cheers.